The big question in Kenya today, do we have a real estate bubble? Today I would like to explain to you why a real estate bubble burst is a non-issue. My name is Ruben Kimani. I'm the CEO, Username Investment Limited. Welcome to my channel. Real estate is not only an investment, but a heritage and a pride most Kenyans value. Kenya has experienced different shifts in real estate over a period of time, but one thing is clear. Real estate is key and will stand the test of time in all seasons. We all need a place we can call home, do we? There are speculation regarding a real estate bubble in the country. However, it is important for us to understand what a real estate bubble is, whether we have one in the country, and how to spot one in the future. A run-up in prices, house prices, fueled by demand, speculation, and enthusiastic spending to a point of downfall, defines a real estate bubble. A bubble begins when speculators drive up land prices or house prices in the name of making short-term profits. This leads to increased demand, followed by stagnation in the demand, where the supply increases, resulting into a sharp drop in prices. That is a bubble. I will also explain to you how a bubble happens. It happens in 4 stages. I'll also explain to you why we don't have a real estate bubble in Kenya at the moment. And finally, I'll explain to you how to spot a real estate bubble in future, and I'll be giving you 3 pointers. Let's begin with how a bubble happens. This happened in the United States some few years ago, and it happened in 4 stages. Stage number 1, there's genuine demand for properties. Stage number 2, there's an unrealistic expectation of appreciation of prices within a short period of time. At stage number 3, we have inflated property prices. And finally, at stage number 4, we have bursting of the bubble, the most dangerous stage. Let's start from the beginning. Number 1, we have genuine demand for property at stage number 1. A great demand for properties where people want to live causes prices to rise faster than the surrounding areas. This attracts speculative investors trying to purchase property beyond their comfortable income range. Basically, it all starts with genuine demand for properties like plots where people want to build their own houses, or houses where people want to settle their own families. But when this happens, the other group in the population or in the market called speculators, who come to buy not to build houses but to make a profit in a short period of time. They basically use money, maybe from the mostly from the credit system, and this is where the problems start to grow. In stage number 2, there's an unrealistic expectation of appreciation of prices within a short time. Overexcitement coupled with high expectation of big returns begin to inform investor decision-making process. This makes them assume the prices will keep appreciating faster than the average rate that is determined by fundamental factors in real estate such as population growth, infrastructure development, urbanization, and other factors. Such a hypothesis by the investor make them pay more for a property without proper research. Stage number 3 now goes to inflated property prices. When the demand is driven by speculation or anticipation of price increase in the coming days, rather than the desire for the buyer or the investor to build their houses there, the prices start rising artificially. Basically, when the demand keeps increasing, not because people want to build their own houses, but because people want to make high short-term profit, the prices rises significantly, but this increase is usually artificial. The last stage is damaging. The last stage is painful to any real estate market in the world, and it is called bursting of the bubble. When the reality dawns to the buyers that it will cost more to live than it is worth, demand begin to dry up. The prices stagnate briefly in the beginning. Then, when the developers cannot find buyers, they are forced to lower their prices. This happens slowly at the beginning, but once it becomes clear that there is no demand, with the stated price, demands fall even further, creating panic in the market. Eventually, the property significantly lose value and the market crashes. Some investors end up with worthless properties and non-performing mortgages due to the prices fall. Those are the 4 stages. And the question is, at which stage is the Kenyan market in? I'm going to answer that question in the next chapter of this discussion.